Right, hello, I'm Steve Mason, that is the Brit.
Hi.
This is a new experiment. Yes, it's a review random, but Brittany sort of renamed this to...
Read, watch, review?
Apparently.
Oh!
No, that's what these will be called, because this is a quick rant. Because Brit's a bookworm, book nerd. I don't like this light, it's not light enough, it's going to go in and out of focus.
Okay. Well, can we film it over there then? Not right under the light bulb.
Jump cut. Hello, I'm Steve Mason and welcome to Review Rant Random, also now known as...
Read, watch, review?
Yeah. There'll be an outtake with some lighting issues and nearly the death of Dumbo. This is like... Brittany's a massive bookworm. I read like a fucking tortoise. I really do. I'm reading Killian's book, Beyond Bigfoot. It's 80 pages or something. And I'm 60 pages in and have been for 3 weeks. Don't get us wrong, I love reading. One of the biggest ones, Watches. I loved reading Watches after seeing the film, when fucking hell they've done it justice there. And Jurassic Park just blew my mind. Reading Jurassic Park was just like, this is the best fucking movie ever not made. And then you realise it's but this is for Ready Player One. Now I've already done a review, it's on the channel, and it's one of the very early demos of Review Rant Random, and it's jumped around. It's also a room tour over a year ago. Now, one outtake to remember is the Ready Player One standee is chopped up and stuck on the ceiling. And Ready Player One lives over here in my room. And it's not just misplaced, it's there because Kong is in it, and he looks out into the oasis. That is his fucking crazy room. So that's why Ready Player One lives there. And if you're going to be really picky, Lego Batman lives up there with the Gremlins, even though the Gremlins are in it. See, for me, personally, it was like, oh, watch that, watch that. Now, I've seen this film a few times. Brittany hadn't seen it, was reading the book, and every time Brittany was saying, ee, that bit, and I'm like, it's not in the film.
Every time.
That's just not in the film. Really? That's not in the film. And we watched this over 2 nights. You didn't fall asleep watching it, you were like, can we watch the rest of the night?
I was tired.
So what did you think of it? As a film on its own?
As a film on its own, right, so let's put aside that I'd read it beforehand. It was really good. It was. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was so different. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love the concept. I love the storyline. It's so original. I mean, how many other movies you've got like with a storyline like that?
Well, I think it's the first time we've been able to do it. You know what I mean? It's up until now it was...
I think so much 80s nostalgia for people as well.
It's not just 80s, and when you have a good look at that, there is stuff like it's cultural.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've got Halo, you've got a lot of the modern day Outwatch or something like that. There's Street Fighters in there. There's Gremlins in there, there's fucking King Kong, there's the Jurassic Park fucking D-Rex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mega Godzilla.
Another reason why Ready Player One lives on that fucking shelf on that wall.
And Mega Godzilla.
Mega Godzilla's in there, Robocop's in there, Jason, Freddy are in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's loads of stuff.
Turtles
are in there.
Uh-huh.
There's honestly, you could analyse that video and like someone's probably went frame by frame by frame by frame through it.
I'm sure you had. He was like, oh, there's such and such, there's such and such. I was like, how the hell did you spot that? Oh, the DeLorean.
Well, the DeLorean. I mean, it's just good. I mean, that chase scene at the start of the movie is just fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
When the Kong's just...
That
and it's you know, it's a proper Kong as well. It's not like, oh yeah, it's meant to be Kong, but it's a proper fucking
Tell
Kong.
you why that impressed me though is because I think it's great when you make a movie out of a book and you add scenes in that weren't in the book but the work. I think that's amazing. That happened in Hunger Games and I was like, oh my god, it worked.
That's not a book nerd, is there? Like, how dare they do that?
No, that totally worked. I was impressed by that. Really impressed.
Well, it's like if you read Jurassic Park and you start reading, you go, the fuck?
I haven't read that yet.
Well, the thing is about Jurassic Park, I know, like, seriously, this hand is raised. If that camera wasn't rolling.
I haven't seen Jurassic Park, but I've seen Jurassic World 1 and 2. How does that work?
Yeah, anyway, if you read the book starts as the second film does. and there's elements of the third film in it, and it's like you're reading it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're reading that first hand and hadn't seen the films, you'd be like, oh, where's that bit? Where's this bit? Where's that bit? And I understand why people go, what the fuck you do with that film?
Yeah.
Because if you read Watches, and I'm just going back to books I've read in
Mm-hmm.
the films, and you read Watches, and the main character, Travis in Watches, is an ex-army vet. He's depressed, he's walking around the woods, he's looking for the perfect place to blow off his head, basically.
Right.
And out runs this doggy, and he's like, hey, doggy! And the
Doggy.
the doggy's like super intelligent and pretty much says, let's get the fuck out of here, because there's an abomination, big monster chasing him. So everywhere the dog goes, the beast follows.
Right.
So here comes the movie. Let's cast Corey Haim, because Corey Haim's on a relapse living back in Canada. Who is, is like about 20 years younger than the character. And he was sneaking out into the barn with his lovely girlfriend. And he meets the doggy. Doggy
Doggy.
follows him. Creature appears. Everywhere the dog goes, creature goes. Then all of a sudden, Michael Ironside turns out and starts gouging people's eyes out, going, I'm the third experiment. And you're like, what the fuck? That's not what was in the book. It all happens over a crazy weekend. In the book, it's like a year.
I think you've done Jurassic Park and Watchers. You've watched them, then read them, haven't you? Whereas I'm really strict with myself. I will not go to the cinema to see something until I've read it. I deliberately didn't go and see The Hate You Give because I haven't read it yet. I'm halfway through though.
I've seen that.
I know.
Yeah. But no, Spielberg magic. I think it's like Steven Spielberg as a director, and you look back and you look at how much nostalgia. But then you look at the thing, you go, this is the same guy who's done stuff like Schindler's List and
Hook.
Bridge of Spies. I was going on the serious drama side.
I was going on my favourite movie side.
But again, you've got Hook, you've got E.T., you've got this, and it just seems to culminate. The only thing, don't get us wrong, the lead actor is good.
Mm-hmm.
If he was still alive, I would have cast Robin Williams as the baddie.
What, as Sorrento?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would have cast Robin Williams if he was, or Tom Hanks, because obviously Spielberg and Tom Hanks has worked together.
You said Tom Hanks, didn't
And
you?
I thought Tom Hanks should have been in this in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's great that he's used Simon Pegg, and the guy who plays.
Oh, the guy who was cast as Halliday, I was
He's
so happy
brilliant.
with. I
He
was
is brilliant.
so happy with that.
But again, with Spielberg though, all the young cast is all up and coming.
Yeah.
And Spielberg's always got, like, Spielberg is one of the best directors ever.
They're always going to be in his line of sight.
No, but
now, aren't
like
they?
his kid actors.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough that the Feldman went off his radars and stuff like that. But when you stuck people like Drew Barrymore, Christian
Yeah.
Bale,
Uh-huh.
they're all kid actors from Spielberg's generation, and that's what Ready Player One is, And then you got like, I mean, the one of the funniest thing, Chucky.
No, Chucky,
And you just think, actually, it's fucking Chucky. And like, if you're watching me review, Chucky appears in that video, and Chucky doesn't live in here, but now Chucky's up on the roof as well, which you'll now see in the outtakes.
I haven't watched your review, actually.
Oh, well, you didn't want to watch it because you didn't want the film spoiled.
Ah, that would explain it. I can watch it now.
Again, it's one of the very early review randoms. But I haven't read the book. I have picked it up a couple of times, but I was trying to read another Kundez book, who obviously wrote Watches.
Dean Koontz.
Midnight Dean Koontz. Jack calls him Kundez, so we call him Kundez.
Kundez.
So I really struggled with that.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I like reading it because it's set and wrote in the 80s, and you know what I mean. It's not, if that's something different, because that's someone. Ready Player One, someone writing a book, and imagine like they fucking just throw that in there. Here's the nostalgia. This is the nostalgia. But when you're reading a book from that era,
Yeah.
where they don't know that we're going to have a fucking mobile phone, it's not like, oh yeah, what did we do when we didn't have a mobile phone? We just didn't have one. So yeah, review randoms are normally no plan, no script, just fucking wing it. No editing. I'm not being lazy, time consuming. It's all about making content. Brit goes, why don't we do something where I can read the book and give an input, but you say The Shining isn't in it, is it?
The Shining isn't in it. The first and second challenge were totally different. I was looking forward to one of them because he has to reenact a Matthew Broderick movie, but he has to play a character. He has to do every line perfectly timed.
Just from Ferris Bueller.
No, it wasn't Ferris
Ferris
Bueller.
Bueller. Look. Can you see it? There, look, there's Ferris Bueller.
It definitely was.
This room is fucking full of everything.
It definitely wasn't Ferris Bueller, but he has to reenact every movement and every line of dialogue on time, and he earns more
War
points.
games. Tic-tac-toe.
War Games, I think it was. And
I
then
want to play a game.
there's another one where he has to do Monty Python as well, very similarly. And I was really looking forward to seeing that, and it wasn't in.
Monty Python. Got this years ago. Comes with a glass.
Does this ever stop?
I know. The Holy Grail. Never opened it. Oh shit.
I'm sure he planned it. Didn't he?
I didn't know you were going to
what
say the
else?
Holy Grail.
Oh, there's another scene as well where he has to play a perfect game of Pac-Man to the very end.
Pac-Man quilt, let me share.
I'm not planning this, I promise. And when he completes...
It's like Mr. Pac-Man in Chandler where he's like, I've got the claw. Ben's coming over in an hour. I've got the claw.
But like, he has to play a perfect game of Pac-Man, and he does it. And then that's how he earns his extra life coin. But yeah, there was definitely certain things I'm gutted they missed out, and I'm gutted that they changed. But it was still a really
Copyright?
good movie. I know.
It's
I know.
copyright, but then it's a case of like, right, like you can pipe dream all you want, but when you put a load of people in a room and write Steven Spielberg has said something and goes, I'm Steven Spielberg. What can we get?
Yeah.
And like, I know he didn't go OTT with Star Wars, as R2D2 is hidden away in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch a film over and over again, but it's like, I was telling you before about like what Spielberg directed, like Jaws,
Because
E.T. and all that.
didn't you?
But like when you look at what Steven Spielberg produced and like was involved with in development in the 80s, everywhere you look, his fucking name's on it.
I tell you what, like, I didn't notice, not that these are from the 80s, two movies I didn't know he worked on were two of my favourites, which were The Terminal and Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. Again, both Tom Hanks films.
I know, makes sense. But one thing, mind you, right, halfway through the movie I was a bit gutted about this, but then by the end of it I thought, no, I can see why you've done that, and it totally worked. I said this to you halfway through, was how quickly in the movie him and Artemis met in real life. Whereas it was literally 3 pages before the end where they actually seen each other in real life. But then as the movie went on towards the end, I thought, no, that works. Like,
So, yeah.
because they created the high five, and I don't know, it was done really well, so I'll let them off with that
So
one.
everyone's watching the film there and you're like, alright, here comes the climax, and everyone's just like, hi, I'm such and such, and hi, I'm such and... You got this big fucking universe and all these fucking planet dooms and all this kind of shit, and they all live in the fucking same block.
Yeah!
It's like, you know
It's
what
like
I mean?
a worldwide thing!
It's like meeting someone online and like, fucking hell, you're from Texas. Hi, Felix. You know what I mean? Like, you're from LA. Like, hi, Holly. And like, oh, like, you're like, you know, all these people you meet online, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I live next door. Like, alright, there's again.
That was very true. No,
But it all happens, even like the headquarters and all that, it just all seems to kick off in this fucking town.
yeah. But no, it was different, but they still did a good job of it.
Soundtrack's good.
Yeah, soundtrack's very good. Very good. Definitely happy with how the cast Halliday's Avatar. I was so happy with that because I was dying to see that, and amazing. And I love that scene at the end, you know, when it goes, you've got Halliday in the room, but you've got young Halliday in the room, and he's playing on his computer. I love that. I love that whole scene.
Well.
And the last battle.
The war.
The war.
It's the most
Amazing.
probably like
Amazing
rewound
scenes.
Easter egg. You've got people everywhere.
No, I was impressed by that. But no, different.
You
but
mean you could make
still
a movie
enjoyed
of that,
it.
right? You could literally, if you said to somebody, right, here's a movie, here's a fucking battlefield, right? And like this is just going to be like, if you could literally take that scene and you could make that an hour and a half long,
Yeah.
and you could have a war, and it good and bad, and like counting the balance and all that, and they're all just avatars like that. And you had that, people would fucking probably watch that.
Yeah.
Someone trying to run around there and trying to record it and stuff like that. Fucking, but if you just that, you're just a fucking war.
Yeah.
And then he comes Mechagodzilla.
True.
Well, he comes Kong from the other side. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
If you've already seen the movie, I would definitely recommend the book though. Definitely, just yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anyone to read.
The only thing I would probably see TK Miller, whatever he's called. Yeah, it's very distinct voice. Deadpool, Transformers, pretty cool. Like, I would have given them an extra henchman as well.
Yeah.
Someone they could have used, because the guy's technically Skeletor in a way. But Skeletor would have been. I think like the bad guys should have had a few more bad guys.
Yeah.
Against them.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, but it's all the sixes.
Yeah, all the sixes. It was in the book, to be honest.
So leave a comment down if you want to talk to us. It's not a slagging fest. It's like, it's like this is for love of film and books.
I'm a nice person, I promise.
What?
I seen that.
You didn't.
Also, if there's any recommendations for us to do.
Well, you're reading the book. I'll just watch the film. I'm not
Yeah.
sorry. I like it, because honestly, it's like there's another book I've started right over here.
What I was meaning to say was, if there's any books that you want to recommend that I read and then we watch and review, let us know.
Started reading Peter's book. I'm 11 pages into Peter's book. I got that a year ago. He was nice enough to say, look, people even send me books and stuff. Look.
Aww.
And I do try to read them, but I want to keep stuff like that safe.
I don't think we've decided what number 2 is yet. I'm sure it was a tie-up between Jurassic Park or The Hate You Give.
I think you should watch Watchers after what I've just told you about Watchers. Because guess what?
What?
The doggy in the film.
Doggy.
The doggy's called Einstein, and guess who his favourite character is in the whole world?
Who?
Mickey Mouse. He's obsessed with Disney. Again, it's not in the film. Yeah, don't show it inside that cup. It's fucking minging.
No, I think. Well, I'm halfway through Hate You Give at the minute. But yeah.
I think old school nostalgia. Right, I'm out of here. See you in the outtakes.
I heard that.
I think everyone heard that.
I heard that. The whole concert heard that.
Hey. See you in the outtakes. I think that went well.
Yeah.
Aye.
I don't think it needs to be scripted.
Oh, you don't script.
Because I think as long as we do it not long after we've watched it, then it's all still fresh.
Oh, the only thing you do is bullet points. I mean, look down there. I've got this Nicolas Cage pile down there, right? There's fucking 10 films. I can't fucking remember half of them. But bullet points, I've been doing journal notes. But like, if you do bullet points, you go right. Oh, that, this, that, and you wing it. And that's, you make mistakes. You cock stuff up. You probably drop too many fuck bombs than you shouldn't do. You might piss somebody off because of that. Yeah. But the thing about it is, you be true and you be you. You know what I mean? Nero's hate anybody and that kind of stuff and all that. And as long as you're free and comfortable with it, you just got to have a bit of fun with it. That's what it is. The more natural it is, it's like if you're reading the script and then it was absolutely amazing. And you're moving around, you've got to edit it. And fair enough, it works. But when you see people do reviews and the camera is like on the forehead like that, because they're staring right into the laptop, you think, well, that's scary.
Yeah.
But they're interesting and they're entertaining because they're being natural. They're not jumping on the bandwagon. This film's shit because someone else has said so. So I'm going to go, yeah, this film is shit, and I'm going to put some more fucks and some more cunts and twists and all that around.
Like Aladdin's going to be shit because Will Smith's CGI is shit.
It's Will Smith, man. Will Smith's awesome. Did you see Will Smith? He was literally the other day getting a marker pen out his pocket like that.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And
is this when he was in the library?
He's literally going around and going, right, I'm Will Smith. And he was literally just getting stuff out like that. I've had this Bad Boys thing for ages, but it's mine. And he was just going Will Smith like that. Writing on stuff. It's fucking awesome.
But the thing is, though, like, when that reopens for the public to go back in, like people are going to go to that stand and be like, oh my god. Like,
you just need to fucking frame them. Take them out,
god,
frame
yeah.
them. I've got a VHS signed by me. The Bad Boys 2, but I've had that a very long time. It's on the shelf. But no, that's it. I think he's dropped out of Suicide Squad as well. Disney's probably going, right, you're coming out as Aladdin, we don't want you fucking shooting people. But let's keep with Bad Boys 2, 3's coming out. So
I need to watch Suicide Squad again, like.
It's just Will Smith's movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just get Christian Slater to play him, like in the cartoon.
Will Smith's movie, do you think? A lot of people said it was like more Joker and Harley's movie.
That's the one that said that it was cut out. Of course it's a Will Smith movie.
Loads of people were saying it's Harley and Joker's.
He's walking around with his fucking hat on like that. Just fucking pointing a gun and shooting at it. What are we even filming? Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
We're on a right tangent there.
Right.
We need a still.
It's the first inaugural. Big word for me. That's it, right?
What's that?
Inaugural. Inaugural.
What? What are you even trying to say?
The first of many. Inaugural. You're the fucking. Aye.
I need to Google this word.
Inaugural. 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 Oh my god. Inaugural.
Synonym.
Synonym. Inaugural. 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 Meeting the beginning of an institution, activity, or period of office.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Like the first inaugural.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Inaugural. I don't. The first of many inaugural.
Agronal. No.
No, I thought. It's just got balls and it's got balls and balls on the first line. Inaugural. The first ever. I hear on wrestling all the time. Fuck it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.